Have you ever noticed how one negative person can spoil the mood of an entire group? It's a common experience, whether in a workplace, a social gathering, or even within a family. This single individual's negativity can spread like wildfire, affecting everyone around them and creating an atmosphere of tension and discomfort. This phenomenon is known as the bad apple effect. The term is derived from the old saying, "One bad apple spoils the whole bunch," and it perfectly encapsulates how one person's negative behavior can influence an entire group. It's like a rotten apple spoiling a whole barrel. Just as the rot from one apple can spread to others, negativity from one person can permeate through a group, leading to a decline in morale and productivity. One bad apple can drag down team performance and poison relationships. The impact is often more profound than we realize, leading to increased stress, conflicts, and a general sense of dissatisfaction among team members. This essay will explore the impact of bad apples. We will delve into various scenarios where the bad apple effect manifests, from professional settings to personal relationships, and understand the underlying mechanisms that drive this phenomenon. We will look at both workplaces and personal lives. By examining real-life examples and case studies, we can gain a deeper understanding of how pervasive and damaging the bad apple effect can be. We will examine the science behind their negative influence. Psychological and sociological research provides insights into why some individuals have such a powerful impact on group dynamics and how their behavior can trigger a cascade of negative effects. We will also discuss practical solutions for dealing with them. Strategies for mitigating the bad apple effect include fostering a positive culture, setting clear expectations, and addressing negative behavior promptly and effectively. Understanding the bad apple effect is crucial. It empowers us to recognize the signs early and take proactive steps to prevent one person's negativity from derailing the entire group. It helps us create healthier and more productive environments. By being aware of the bad apple effect, we can cultivate a more supportive and collaborative atmosphere where everyone can thrive. We can then work together to minimize the damage caused by negativity. Through collective effort and mutual support, we can counteract the influence of bad apples and maintain a positive and harmonious environment. We can foster positive relationships and achieve better outcomes. Ultimately, by addressing the bad apple effect head-on, we can ensure that our groups, whether at work or in our personal lives, remain strong, cohesive, and resilient. Why are bad apples so influential? It's a question that has puzzled psychologists and sociologists for years. The impact of negativity in our lives is profound and far-reaching. Research shows that negative behaviors are more contagious than positive ones. This means that a single negative person can influence an entire group, spreading their mood like wildfire. This is due to a phenomenon called emotional contagion. Emotional contagion is the tendency for people to mimic the emotions and expressions of those around them, often without even realizing it. Just like a virus, negativity can spread quickly from person to person. It can infect an entire office, a family, or a group of friends, creating a pervasive atmosphere of gloom. Think about a time when you were in a good mood. You were probably feeling upbeat, productive, and ready to take on the world. Then, you encountered someone who was angry or pessimistic. Their negative energy was palpable, and it likely brought your mood down. Did their mood affect you? Chances are it did. Negative emotions are powerful. They have a way of seeping into our consciousness and altering our own emotional state. They tend to grab our attention and linger in our minds. This is because our brains are wired to pay more attention to negative stimuli as a survival mechanism. This negativity can create a toxic atmosphere. In such environments, people are more likely to feel stressed, anxious, and demotivated. It can lead to stress, conflict, and decreased morale. When negativity takes hold, it can be challenging to break free from its grip. In the workplace, this translates to lower productivity and reduced creativity. Employees may find it difficult to collaborate effectively or come up with innovative ideas. In personal relationships, it can lead to resentment, arguments, and even breakups. The emotional toll of constant negativity can be overwhelming, causing lasting damage to our connections with others. In a work setting, bad apples can be detrimental to team performance. Their negativity can spread like wildfire, infecting the entire group. Imagine a team working on a project. One member constantly criticizes others, complains about the workload, and refuses to cooperate. This negativity can lead to decreased morale. Other team members may feel demoralized and lose motivation, reduce communication. People may avoid interacting with the bad apple, hindering communication flow, increased conflict. The negative attitude can spark disagreements and arguments. Ultimately, the entire team suffers. Projects may be delayed, goals may be missed, and the overall quality of work may decline. The impact of bad apples is not just anecdotal. These individuals can create a toxic work environment that affects everyone around them. Studies have shown a quantifiable negative effect on team performance. When one person consistently behaves poorly, it can drag down the entire team's morale and productivity. Research by Will Phelps found that the presence of a single bad apple in a group can reduce the team's overall performance by 30 to 40%. This significant drop can be attributed to the disruption and negativity that one person can introduce into the workplace. Another study by Christine Porath found that incivility in the workplace has significant costs. When employees are rude or disrespectful to one another, it creates a hostile environment that can lead to increased stress and decreased job satisfaction. Employees who experience rudeness or disrespect are more likely to be less engaged in their work. They make more errors, which can lead to costly mistakes and a decline in overall productivity. They provide poorer customer service. This can result in unhappy customers, which can damage the company's reputation and lead to a loss of business. These findings highlight the tangible costs associated with bad apples. The negative impact is not just limited to internal team dynamics, but extends to customer interactions and overall business performance. Organizations need to address this issue to protect their bottom line and create a positive work environment. By fostering a culture of respect and accountability, companies can mitigate the effects of bad apples and ensure a more productive and harmonious workplace. Section 5. Toxic relationships. When personal life turns sour. The bad apple effect isn't limited to the workplace. It can also poison our personal relationships. Think about a friend, family member, or romantic partner who is constantly negative. They might complain all the time, criticize others, or drain your energy with their pessimism. Being around such negativity can be emotionally exhausting. It can lead to increased stress and anxiety, loss of self-esteem, and strained relationships. Over time, exposure to this negativity can take a toll on your well-being. It's essential to recognize the signs of toxic relationships and take steps to protect yourself. Section 6. Pruning the tree. Strategies for dealing with bad apples at work. Dealing with bad apples in the workplace requires a proactive approach. Here are some strategies. 1. Direct communication. Address the issue directly with the individual. Clearly explain how their behavior is impacting the team. 2. Set clear expectations. Outline acceptable behavior and consequences for violating those expectations. 3. Promote positivity. Encourage and reward positive behavior to create a more supportive environment. If the behavior persists, it's crucial to involve human resources. They can mediate the situation or take disciplinary action if necessary. Section 7. Repairing the roots. Mending personal relationships. Addressing bad apple behavior in personal relationships requires open and honest communication. 1. Express your concerns. Share how the person's negativity is affecting you. Use I statements to avoid blaming. 2. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries to protect yourself from emotional harm. This might involve limiting contact or refusing to engage in negative conversations. 3. Seek professional help. If communication and boundary setting don't work, consider seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor. Remember, you deserve to be in relationships that are supportive and uplifting. Section 8. Self-reflection. Are you the bad apple? Sometimes the hardest part is recognizing our own negative behaviors. Ask yourself these questions. Do people seem uncomfortable around me? Am I constantly complaining or criticizing others? Do I bring others down with my negativity? If you answered yes to any of these questions, it's time to take a hard look at your behavior. Seek feedback from trusted friends, family members, or colleagues. Consider personal development activities like therapy or self-help books. Section 9. Conclusion. Cultivating a positive environment. The bad apple effect is a real phenomenon. However, we are not powerless against it. By understanding the science of negativity and implementing practical solutions, we can mitigate the damage caused by bad apples. Whether in the workplace or our personal lives, we have the power to cultivate more positive and productive environments. Let's focus on building strong relationships, fostering open communication, and promoting a culture of respect and support.